Hey, what's up guys, Tanmay here for Simple Snippets, and this is a whole new tutorial series on fundamentals of C++ and practical programs. So in this entire tutorial series, we'll be covering basic programming and C++ programming language, and we will be looking into the procedural oriented paradigm of C++. I'll explain to you what procedural programming means, and we won't be getting into very advanced concepts or the OOPS, that is the object oriented programming concept of C++ in this series. For that, I'll put up another playlist and video altogether. So let's see some prerequisites and information about this tutorial series that you need to know before starting with this tutorial. So let's see for whom are these videos suitable. These videos or tutorials are suitable for anyone and everyone who wants to learn C++ programming, as we will be covering from the very basics and fundamentals of this programming language. It will be beneficial for IT students, that is information technology students who have C++ as a subject, and any beginner to intermediate programmer who has C++ programming subject. For this tutorial series, I'll be using the Dev C++ IDE for programming. Now this is the software wherein we will do the C++ programming actually. So I'll just put the link to download this IDE so that you can get it as well. If you have Turbo C++ or Codeblocks or any other IDE, it's totally fine with that because the logic remains the same for programming. I find this IDE pretty easy to use. Okay, so now that I've explained you about the information of this tutorial series, let's move ahead and see what topics we will be covering in this video tutorials. So we'll first understand what a programming language is and how is it different from human languages. We'll understand the basics of C++ and fundamentals. We'll see the procedural programming. We'll see the basic concept of variables and data types in C++. We'll see the array operations. We'll understand the pointer concept in C++. We'll see what are functions and how they operate in C++. We'll also understand the concept of structures, exception handling in C++, and file handling. But the most important aspect about all these tutorial series that we'll be putting up is that we'll be covering a lot of practical programs. So it will be very beneficial for students who have C++ as a subject in the IT course or curriculum, because they have a lot of practical programs which need to be taken care of. So if you want to see which practical programs we'll be covering, you can check out the information about this playlist wherein I have listed down a number of practicals that we'll be covering. So with that being said, let's continue with today's topic. So what is a programming language? A programming language is a formal language for computers. Just as we humans communicate with each other, programming language is what machines or computers use to understand and perform different functions for humans. Basically, a computer is a dumb device and it doesn't understand or perform any task until and unless we tell them to do it. So the way we tell them to do it or we communicate with them is via these programming languages. So they can be used to create programs. Now we've been using Microsoft's Excel, Chrome, Facebook, and a lot of bunch of programs. So these are all created using these programming languages. We can control the behavior of a machine. So for example, if you have a laptop and you want to increase or decrease the volume or the brightness levels, so we just click a button and it happens, right? So behind the scene there is some programming code written to ensure these functions happen properly. And programming languages can be used to express algorithms. Well, algorithm is a process or set of rules to be followed in calculation or other problem solving operations, and usually done by computers. So as you can see on the screen, I've just showed down 3 different type of programs that we frequently use. We've used Word, we use web application, that is Facebook, we use the Google Chrome for browsing, and so on. So all these are programs usually created by programming languages. So now there are 3 different types of programming languages depending upon the understandability of computers, that is how computers perceive them. So they are classified as high level language, intermediate or assembly language, and machine language. So let's see what these 3 types are. Machine language. So as the name suggests, it is the language of the machines or computers. The instructions or the language consist of bits, that is zeros and ones, since you know machines or computers are digital devices and they understand only binary language, that is the language of zeros and ones. So this language consists of bits put together into chunks like bytes or a group of 8 bits and lot other than larger sizes. It's highly unlikely you will ever have to write in machine language because we cannot remember those instructions consisting of large number of ones and zeros, so it is not understandable to humans. So let's see at the next type of language, which is assembly language. Assembly language is one language which is above machine language, that is, it is similar to it, but then it consists of abbreviations known as mnemonics. Now these mnemonics are instructions written in English or human understandable languages. So it uses short codes or abbreviations, as I said, for instructions and allows programmers to introduce names for block of memory. We won't be actually using them, so this is just a basic explanation about what assembly language is. And these languages are designed to be easily translated into machine language, because ultimately a computer device only understands machine language. Now the next type of language is high level language. High level language are closer to human language and highly understandable. That is, these languages are pretty much like English language and we can understand them easily. However, a high level language cannot be directly understood by a computer, so it has to be converted to a machine language, and this process is done by a compiler or an interpreter. Basically, compiler and interpreter are computer programs that convert a high level programming language to a low level machine language. So now that you have overview about the types of language and what a programming language is, let's get to our main topic, that is C++ programming language. So let's see a bit of a theory about C++ programming language. It is a high-level programming language developed by Bajane Stroustrup starting in 1979 at Bell Labs. C++ runs on a variety of platforms such as Windows, Mac, OS, Linux, etc. It is an extension to C programming language, that is, we also have a programming language just known as C, and there were some features which were added and the object-oriented programming part which was added to that language, and then it got named to C++ programming language. So that is why it is known as an extension to C programming language. And as I mentioned, it has object-oriented programming features, and we won't be discussing them in this tutorial series since this is just covering the basics of C++ and procedural part. C++ is primarily used in development of system application softwares, drivers, client-server applications. So you must have seen when you plug in a USB device into your computer, you get a notification that a driver is being installed. So a driver is basically a program that is used as an interface or communication means between the USB device and your computer and such embedded firmware softwares. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you understood the concept of programming and the theoretical aspect of C++ programming language. I would also like to suggest you an Android application that we have prepared specially for C++ programming, which has many practical programs which you can check out. So I'll put the download link to that Android application in the description section below as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you get notified when we upload the next video. Peace.